Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, in this video we will be discussing about the chapter 17th in biology for class 11th. The name of the chapter is breathing and the exchange of gases. In the previous video we discussed about the respiratory setup in different types of organisms and also the human respiratory system. So guys, in this video we will mainly move further and we will be discussing about the exchange of gases and also some of the important terms of this chapter. So guys, I had asked a bonus question in the previous video. The question was, explain the respiratory setup in humans. The correct answer was given by Dharini Srinivasu and she was the first person to answer. Also, a few people answered the question, so I really appreciate their efforts and hope that you guys support me and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you are new to this channel, I would like to introduce myself. I am Laisha Kohli and I am here basically to educate, motivate and analyze a few things related to education. So before moving into the video, I would like to request you guys to please like, share and subscribe to this video, as I'm a new YouTuber and I definitely need your support very much. So guys, there will be a bonus question asked at the end of the video too, so please stay tuned and watch the video till the end. So guys, without any further ado, let's move right into the video. So guys, basically the first topic of our day is the mechanisms of breathing. So breathing mainly involves two stages, that is inspiration and expiration. During inspiration, the atmospheric air moves inside the lungs, and during expiration the alveoli air is released out into the atmosphere. So the movement of air in and out of the lungs is carried out by creating a pressure gradient between the lungs and the atmosphere. So inspiration basically occurs when the pressure inside the lungs is less than the pressure of the atmosphere, and expiration basically occurs when the pressure inside the lungs is more than the pressure of the atmosphere. So such pressure gradients which are essential for breathing are created by such pressure gradients which are important for breathing are basically created by the diaphragm and specialized sets of muscles. These sets are basically the external and internal intercostal muscles which are located between the ribs. So guys, if you try to study the process of inspiration and expiration by the NCERT textbook, it can be really confusing and this leads to most of the students being blank in this topic. So to make learning easier for you guys, I have basically created a flow chart so that it can be easier for you guys to just remember all these points and score marks. So when the air moves inside the lungs, that is inspiration, the diaphragm contracts, so it is initiated by the contraction of the diaphragm. Then the intercostal muscles contract. By the contraction of the diaphragm and the intercostal muscles, the thoracic volume and the pulmonary volume increases. When the thoracic volume and the pulmonary volume increases, there is a decrease in the intrapulmonary pressure. So when there is a decrease in the pressure of the lungs, the atmospheric pressure will obviously be high, and because the pressure in the lungs is less and the atmospheric pressure is high, the air will move inside the lungs. So when does inspiration occur? Inspiration occurs when the diaphragm and the intercostal muscles contract. When these two contracts, the thoracic volume and the pulmonary volume increases. By the increase in the thoracic volume and the pulmonary volume, the pressure inside the lungs, known as the intrapulmonary pressure, it decreases. When the intrapulmonary pressure is decreased, there is obviously an increase in the atmospheric pressure, and to maintain the balance between the pressure of the lungs and the atmosphere, the air moves inside the lungs. And so guys, basically expiration is the reverse process of inspiration. So it is initiated by the relaxation of the diaphragm and the intercostal muscles. When the diaphragm and the intercostal muscles relaxes, the thoracic volume and the pulmonary volume decreases. When the thoracic volume and the pulmonary volume decreases, there is an increase in the intrapulmonary pressure. That is, the pressure inside the lungs increases, that which leads to the decrease in the atmospheric pressure. When the atmospheric pressure decreases, to maintain the pressure, same amount of pressure between the lungs and the atmosphere, the alveoli air, that is the air from the lungs, is released out into the atmosphere. So guys, I would suggest that please learn through flowcharts, as this makes learning very simple, and it makes stuff easier to remember. So guys, basically a healthy human breathes about 12 to 16 times in a minute, and the volume of air involved in breathing movements can be estimated by using a device known as spirometer. Guys, these 2 points are really important because they can be asked as one marker questions. Now coming to the next topic, the next topic is basically respiratory volumes and capacities. So guys, this is the only tough part in this chapter, as you have to memorize all the definitions by heart. So the first one is tidal volume. It is also represented as TV. So what is tidal volume? Tidal volume is basically the volume of air inspired or expired during a normal respiration. It is about 500 ml. So tidal volume is basically the volume of air that can be taken in or released out of the lungs during a normal respiration. It is basically 500 ml, and a healthy man can expire or inspire about 6000 to 8000 ml of air per minute. The next one is inspiratory reserve volume, basically represented as IRV. So inspiratory reserve volume is basically the additional volume of air a person can inspire by a forcible inspiration. This averages up to 2500 to 3000 ml. So the additional volume of air a person can inspire by a forced inspiration is known as inspiratory reserve volume. Coming to expiratory reserve volume, it is basically the opposite of inspiratory reserve volume. It is the additional volume of air a person can expire by a forcible expiration. It is about 1000 to 1100 ml. The next one is the residual volume. This can be represented by RV. So residual volume is the volume of air remaining in the lungs even after a forcible expiration. It is about 1100 ml to 1200 ml. So residual volume is basically the volume of air that will always remain in the lungs. Now guys, by adding up some of the respiratory volumes, we can derive some of the pulmonary capacities. Some of these are inspiratory capacity, represented by IC. So inspiratory capacity is basically the total volume of air a person can inspire after a normal inspiration. So guys, inspiratory capacity is basically the total volume of air a person can take inside his or her lungs after a normal expiration. It is basically TV, that is tidal volume, plus inspiratory reserve volume. Next comes the expiratory capacity. What is the expiratory capacity? It is the total volume of air a person can expire after a normal inspiration, that is TV plus ERV. The next one is functional residual capacity, FRC. It is the volume of air remaining in the lungs after a normal expiration, not after a forcible expiration. It is after a normal expiration. So that is ERV, that is expiratory reserve volume, plus residual volume. Now coming to the vital capacity. Vital capacity is basically asked in the exams many of the times, and this is a really important part. So what is vital capacity, guys? Vital capacity is the maximum volume of air a person can breathe after a forced expiration. So once the person has undergone forced expiration, the maximum volume of air he or she can take in his lungs is known as vital capacity. We can obtain this by adding expiratory reserve volume, tidal volume, and inspiratory reserve volume. The last but not the least is the total lung capacity. What is the total lung capacity? It is the total volume of air in the lungs after a forced inspiration. So, after a forced inspiration, how much air the lung will contain is the total lung capacity. It can be obtained by adding residual volume, expiratory reserve volume, tidal volume, and inspiratory reserve volume. Or we can also add vital capacity and residual volume to gain total lung capacity. Now, guys, coming to the moment that was most awaited by you guys, it is the bonus question of the day. So the bonus question of the day is, what is vital capacity and what is the significance of vital capacity? As I said before, the first one to answer this question in the comment section below will be definitely featured in my next video. No matter what happens, but that person will definitely gain my appreciation. So I will definitely be waiting for the comments. So guys, this was the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching my video till the end. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also do not forget to turn on the post notification bells. Please share this video to as many people as you can, because there might be some people who face difficulty in learning this chapter or the inspiratory capacities. So please do share this video with your friends and your family. Let's aim for about 15 likes on this video. If we gain 15 likes on this video, I will definitely provide these notes in the description below. So let's aim for a 15 likes on this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will be returning with part 3 very soon. So please stay tuned and I will definitely be waiting for the answers of the bonus question in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned.